What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel Mystic Watch, and today we're doing a in-depth analysis on the new Sage Mode Naruto that came out in Japan, also known as Naruto Uzumaki Child of Prophecy. So this Naruto came out Tuesday this week for Japan and will be coming out alongside Konohamaru this upcoming Tuesday for global. So this character needs an in-depth analysis because there's so many people who are jumping to conclusions who don't understand, I guess, the functionality or how this character, what makes him strong, where does he lack, etc. So I decided to make this a priority video, get this done, and get the information out to you guys as fast as possible. So pretty much, if you're confused about how you should be feeling about this character, hopefully you can watch through this video and then form some own opinions based on that. Of course, with this video, I will be going over, the stats and everything statistical, and then giving my opinion as we go along the way. So to start things off, Naruto Uzumaki, the key thing about this character right off the bat, right, it's bat. I remember Anton, I said back right off the back, but he said no, it was bat. I didn't know that. But starting off, his cost is 38, and this is by far the most important thing about this character. 38 cost is just obnoxiously low. To put it in perspective, on average, new characters that come out cost 60. Some cost 65. I think Kirin Sasuke cost 65. Characters like Utakata cost 70. And then you got your Madara Uchiha who costs 80. And in this game where 223 or 224 is the max team cost cap, spread amongst 5 units, it's very easy to hit that, right? If you, let's say you got lucky, you pulled a Madara on Blazing Fest or whatever, you got one Madara. Okay, that's 80 cost right there. You run like 2 other units that cost 60, right? Let's say you run like a Tsunade and an Itachi, right? Itachi costs 59. No, Itachi costs 58, and like Tsunade costs, I think, 60 or 58 as well. So something like that. Let's just round them up to 60. So let's say you run them both. You're talking at 60, 60, and 80. So you're looking at 200 cost right there. And just to get to 200, you need to be at least rank 150. So to put it in perspective, team cost is something that this game struggles with, and this is a character that kind of answers that. So that's just a major point about this character that, try to consider as we move along and I explain everything else. So his HP is 1474 and his attack is 1420. And these are, for a mid-range unit, these are good, right? Because his attack and HP are a reflection of, his range and his cost as well. So for 38 cost, not many people, 38 cost is the same cost as a 5-star max level, right? So there's no 5 stars that have that much attack and that much HP. Moving along, type is bravery. That is the biggest weakness of this character. Bravery typing is by far the worst decision that Bandai has made when it comes to this character. If he was body, a body type, body is lacking so badly. So if they made him body, he would have been such a good, and I honestly thought he seems like a body, Rasen Shuriken, you see the blue, you kind of want to, like, it's blue, why not make him body? If it was any of the 3 original typings, like skill, body, or heart, or blue, green, red, his character would be a lot stronger in terms of, where is he needed. Field skill is reduce wisdom damage by 20 to 25%. Buddy skill is reduce wisdom damage by 30%, making him really strong on mono teams when you're running those objectives. That's all really to say about it. It's just a strong field and buddy skill. It's not useless whatsoever. So, and it'll be really good for, I'm pretty sure with him you could probably be able to like auto, like Orochimaru trials, most likely. And Jutsu is 4 chakra, 4 times attack to one enemy. 80% chance of reducing their attack and blows them away. Single target, 4 times multiplier, solid. 80% chance of reducing their attack, really good. And actually, let me try to see what the turn count is, because I forgot to include that. I don't know why. But other than that, and blows them away. So the blowing them away part, you know, we see every character is starting to kind of get that, but we still need to see where it's useful. The reduced attack is for 5 turns. So ultimate is 8 chakra, 10 times attack to one enemy and blows them away, 12 times attack if the enemy is wisdom. Essentially the same exact jutsu word from word as One Tail Naruto, but the only difference is he blows them away. Alright, same chakra, same multiplier, it's exactly the same. It's strong single target damage, and we'll get to the damage on the final slide. Going over the dupe abilities, the first one is ignores barriers. Just a little, I guess, interesting side thing. The fact that it ignores barriers gives me a feeling that the Tendo Pain impact that is upcoming, or if you guys didn't see my update video, I showed the scan at the end, but pretty much I'm assuming that he will have a barrier usually when they release characters to, you know, go with the raid. They're somehow effective against that raid. So the fact that he can ignore barriers gives me an idea that Pain will have a barrier. Boost attack by 100 is the second one. Third one is adds 2 damage multiplier to both jutsus. Essentially what that means is that the 4 times multiplier for his normal jutsu becomes a 6, and the 10 and 12 if they're wisdom for his ultimate becomes a 12 and 14 if the enemy is ultimate. This is the first time we've ever seen this, and I think it's really cool. The fact that you can increase multipliers, if they can do something like this to, you know, somehow add a dupe or give people like the old characters this, that'd be crazy, right? Like try to bring back the old characters. But either way, the fact that characters can have this dupe ability is really cool, because it's so much more damage than a simple attack up by 100 or something like that. The fourth dupe is another attack up by 100, and the fifth dupe is ultimate jutsu hits all enemies in range. He's got a pretty solid area of effect for that ultimate jutsu. So originally it was single target, but if you manage to get 6 copies of him, or 5 dupes, or for all we know, use 5 ability unlocking stones if you manage to get that many, but it will make his Rasen Shuriken go from a single target to an AoE. And then if you also haven't managed to get all 5, his final cost is 19, which is ridiculously low. We're talking about, like, you summoned a 4-star, that's cost 19. That's how low this is. This character really focuses on the dupe abilities, so a lot of his, whether he's going to be good or not, will be determined in the future from the fact that if Bandai decides to be more lenient with those stones, if they, you know, maybe include it as a, you know, you do a multi-summon, you get a stone. If you, you know, you beat Ninja Road, you can get 2 stones. Phantom Castle in the future might be able to give you a stone. You can buy it from the Granny Shop points for, you know, Granny Shop for a certain amount of points. They need to make it more accessible to people who play the game for this character to be really strong, because they focus so much on the dupes that, you know, you gotta get the dupes. And on top of that, if you have 3 dupes at least, his cost will be under 38, because each dupe reduces his cost by 10%. So assuming it rounds up, I believe. So the first 3 will reduce it by 12, bringing him down to 26 cost. Pretty solid. Moving on to the damage calculations. Here we go. These are the numbers. 4 times attack, alright, 4 times multiplier with 1474 base attack, add 100 for pills, and you're looking at 6,296. And if that's against wisdom, it's 9,444, and that's for, you know, for single target, that's pretty solid, right? Assuming you have no dupes. Ultimate jutsu is 10 times 1574, including the pills. You're looking at 15,740, and against wisdom, you have to add the, instead of the 10 times multiplier, I'm using the 12 times multiplier. You're looking at close to 30,000 damage, so 28,332. And that's you know, that's not bad by any means. The fact that you can do 30,000 damage with a character of his cost is pretty solid. And for those of you who know how it works, it's the 12 times the 1574, and then you have to multiply by 1.5 for the type effective multiplier. And if you were going to look at his character with maximum dupes, in case you were wondering. His first jutsu would be 6 times multiplier, and you're looking at 1774 attack rate because there's 2 attack ups in there, for a total of 10,644 damage. Against Wisdom, it's 15,966. That's close to 2 times the damage. That's pretty damn good. And if you get all of his dupes, you can see the difference in damage. Ultimate is 12 times because you added the 2 multiplier from his dupes as well, times 1774, looking at 21,288. And against Wisdom, same thing, it's now a 14 times multiplier, so 37,254. So if you manage to get all of his dupes, his damage is pretty good. If you're doing 21,000 damage AoE, not against Wisdom or anything, that's a lot of damage. You don't need to be doing that much. That's like how much damage like Shikakugara does, max limit broken, Deidara, Rin, those guys, right? I believe Utakata does somewhere along 17,000 damage with his ultimate for 8 chakra. So that's kind of to put it in perspective with AoE. It's pretty good. So I believe I covered it. I'm trying to think if I missed anything that I wanted to talk about. But after going through all the damage, after going through everything, you guys can see that, or hopefully you can see that this character is pretty strong, right? And it all relies on the dupes, unfortunately, and that's something that I enjoy. Those dupes, the power being in the dupes rather than just having the raw stats, because it means you gotta put investment into the character. And I'm not talking about money, but it all relies on, this whole thing that I'm talking about is based on if Bandai gives us more stones or not to get those dupe abilities. I don't mind grinding for those stones. I grind it for Granny Chio. I think it's worth it. So if they make it so that you can get stones, even if they're somewhat expensive in those Granny Cat shops, I'll grind it. It's free. It's free dupes. So I'm hoping that Bandai does go down that path. And even without any dupes, he's a pretty strong character for just the cost that he puts in. You're talking about it, instead of putting a 5-star, like let's say you're running a team and you can fit a 5-star, and but like, oh no, you don't want to run a 5-star, you can run the Sage Mode Naruto. Like, that's the benefit of this character, is that he packs a punch with such little cost. Of course, he's not gonna be doing like over 100,000 damage with 150% attack boost or something like that. You can make that happen with like different characters, boost him up, but in his own ability he can't do that. So unfortunately, he's not the character that I guess most people wanted him to be, but by no means is he a bad character. And I guess before I end it off, I'll give some examples. So if you look at just some mid-range people, right, when they were released, skill Kakashi, right, the first Sharingan Kakashi that came out, also known as Dodge Kakashi. His stats were 1165 HP and 1298 attack for mid-range, and he cost 52. Looking at Naruto Rasengan Mastered, for a cost of 54, he had 1154 HP and 1420 attack. So the same exact attack, less HP, and he cost close to 20 more, team cost. Looking at Chidori Sasuke, the bravery one, he had 1324 HP, 1464 attack, base cost 54. So similar boat. So hopefully, yeah, you're starting to get the idea that Naruto's stats right now, are comparable to people who have 20 more costs that were released, some time ago. But also remember that all those characters got limit broken, and pretty much I'll bet you money that in a few months down the line, when they release more limit breaks, this Naruto will be getting limit broken as well. So if you want to pull him, now here's all the information and you can make a decision on your own. I'll be pulling him at I'll be doing maybe 100 or 200 pearls, trying to get a copy of him and Konohamaru. But stay tuned for my Konohamaru in-depth analysis. Let me know what you guys think down below. So until next time, peace out.